Okay, welcome back everybody to My Time Films. Today we are in one of my favorite restaurants, which is called Sushiro. It's like a conveyor belt sushi restaurant that I'm in. You can see this stuff going around. We're gonna order some sushi first and get started with the video. Okay, we have some random sushi here. Let's see. I don't know, today feels like kind of like an eel day. Oh wow, look how expensive the eel got. It's $3.90. Just a few days ago, it was $3.60. This used to be $1.70. Now it's $2.10. Wow. Yeah, prices for everything right now is just going up all throughout Japan and back home in America. It's crazy. Let's see what else we got here. Order some good food. I know. Some chicken. Some chicken sounds good right now. Some expensive chicken. And let's see, what else do we have here? You know what? Salmon with some basil sounds good. Let's order that. Okay, so while we wait for the food, I just got off work. I just came straight here to make the video. So 5 reasons why you should import a JDM car right now. So right now in Japan, the borders have just opened back up. Today is October 11th. So you can come to Japan now without a visa. You can just come here just like you normally would before the whole pandemic thing. But I noticed something that not many people are talking about right now, and that is that this is a pretty good time to import a car if you want to buy one. So the reason why I say that is number one, the yen right now is extremely weak. So right now, if you look on your screen right now, the yen is at 145.75, and it used to be at around 105, 108 usually. Oh, looks like my sushi came. We got salmon with basil. We got more coming. Got the goods. Stuff's good. You gotta come here. When you guys come to Japan, you gotta come to this restaurant, by the way. 10,000 US dollars right now here in Japan is about 1.4 million yen. So that's about, usually that's about $14,000. So 100 yen equals $1. So $14,000 right now in Japan only costs about $10,000. So it's really, really cheap if you have a lot of USD. So right now I'm trying to buy a car, and I'm not sure how much I can save them. I'm waiting for the yen to go up a little bit more, but this is such an unusual time for currency rates and currency exchanges. So if you really want to buy a car from Japan, like, this is the time to buy it. Like 20,000 or 2 million yen, ready? So like a really clean, pristine looking Integra Type R usually goes for about 2 million yen, right? 2 million yen comes to about 13,000 US dollars. That's not bad. Usually you see like Mazda RX-7s and Mazda RX-8s, or Mazda RX-7s like FDs going for like around 2.9 million to like 4 million. 2.9 million yen, which is supposed to cost like about 29,000 US dollars, only costs right now $19,000. My chicken. I probably shouldn't be getting too excited about fried chicken, but yeah, I can't help it. It's really good, man. The next reason why you guys should probably buy a car here in Japan right now is because prices are never going to go back to what they were before the pandemic. A lot of people on YouTube right now are talking about, oh yeah, the market's inflated, don't buy a car right now, it's not a good time. I mean, yeah, it's probably not a good time to buy a car right now anyways, but this is a special exception, I think, because in Japan, we want to buy old, classic, unique cars. We're not buying normal cars. Here in Japan, you know, normal cars, normal K cars, normal regular cars, they're like the prices are pretty much the same. Like they're not inflated as much as they are probably in the US. So, you know, people don't really have a problem buying cars here. But for the more expensive cars, for the more rare cars, I think you should probably consider buying them because the prices are never going to just go right back down to what they were. Like I said in my previous predictions, I always said that, you know, the prices are going to rise up, they're going to kind of plateau a little bit and kind of go down just a little bit. But like, I think a lot of people are expecting prices to completely just like hit rock bottom again, and I don't think that's the case because, especially given the fact that many people are learning about Japan and learning about JDM cars. You know, it's all over YouTube, Instagram, TikTok now. So you guys should probably just buy your car if you have the money. Like, just hurry up and make some stuff work because, you know, electric cars are coming and they're going to stop making gasoline engine cars. So once they do that, there's going to be nothing left, and everybody's going to be fighting for the remaining engines. The engine, everybody's going to be fighting for the remaining cars that have actual engines in them. So if I were you, I'd probably just hurry up and buy. Okay, while that's cooling down, I'm going to tell you guys the next reason why you should buy a car in Japan right now. Most of the 90s cars that we all come to know and love are pretty much already available for you to buy. So that whole inflation rate of them, you know, going up in price because they were reaching the 25-year rule, I mean, most of the cars are already eligible for import. So really, like, it's the hype is basically finished. Like it's done. Everybody who knows about cars knows that JDM cars are in demand and popular and cool, and because Fast and Furious and everything. So honestly, you can pretty much buy whatever you want already. The only years that we're waiting for now is 98, which is next year, 99, 2000. I mean, 2000 is not even in the 90s, but you know, I think Japan did things a year before. So like the Integra came out in 93, and you know, you see where I'm getting at. But so really, pretty much all the cars are already available for you to buy. So like, what are you waiting for? You know, to this is a very rare time to have money and be able to buy a car that's, you know, your dream car. I don't think this whole currency thing is going to last forever, and that's why I made the jump from wanting to buy SIRG to, you know, just buying a Type R again, because the amount that I would spend on an SIRG, I'm just better off buying a Type R anyway. So that's what I'm planning on doing. The next point I want to bring up is that the cars here actually are not selling as well as you think. So I think Sam made a video not too long ago about how the market is starting to crash and how people aren't paying for these JDM cars anymore. It's actually true. I'm watching a lot of auctions right now, like for Hondas and Nissans and many cars, and it seems like that people that want like an outrageous amount of money for these clapped out cars, nobody's paying these prices for them. So they just keep getting relisted, and the buyout price is consistently going lower in small increments. It's not like a drastic drop, but it's slowly on its way down. And I noticed some of the cars actually are still selling for a pretty high price, like low kilometer cars like Integras, Civics, you know, GTRs. You know, they're obviously going to sell for a high price because it's a pretty rare thing to have. You know, when you have a 25-plus-year-old car that only has 10,000 miles on it, that's impressive. I mean, people are going to pay top dollar for that car, so that makes sense. But a lot of the normal, you know, just JDM cars that are old and have like 100,000 plus miles on them, nobody's really buying these cars for a lot of money. Ooh. I love that sound. So because nobody is buying these cars and the yen is really weak right now is a really good time to want to buy a car. I want to buy a car so badly right now, but I'm in Tokyo and I just can't do it. So I'm not that rich. So, but for you guys, if you guys really want to know like what's going on here, people are not buying these cars. You see on the dealer websites on like Goonet, the prices are completely elevated. They want like 30 grand, 40 grand for these old cars, but they just sit. Like I've seen so many cars, like Integras, mainly Integras, and other cars. They just sit on these lots for months. Like I've seen many of the Integras that are still on Goonet right now are the same cars that have been sitting since I first got here back in March. They just been sitting on the lot, so nobody is buying these cars. It's crazy. The last thing I wanted to say in this video is that the longer you wait, the harder it is going to be to find a car that you want and a car that is going to be an actual affordable price. So these cars used to be like pennies, right? Like $3,000, $5,000. Now they're like 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. What happens when they become 80,000, 90,000, 100,000? So, like, if you're going to buy a car, you better buy it now or within the next couple of years, because once these manufacturers stop making, regular cars and just only electric cars, like, this is all going to get way out of hand. So, good luck. Good luck finding your dream car. That's where I'm going to cut the video. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my fried chicken, and I'll see you guys in the next one.